Good evening. My name is Helix, and tonight I will be your raconteur of despair. Welcome to the grind. Tonight we will focus on the experience of two individuals who have had separate encounters with the supernatural from, I would say, completely different perspectives. And the knowledge that they gained previously will hopefully guide them in the direction they should be going, which ultimately should be to solving the murders of several individuals throughout the city of New Athens. Hopefully, they can survive the night. And welcome back. So, before we get started, I need to do a little bit of housekeeping. I would like both of you to roll 2d10 separately.
Okay.
I got a 4 and a 9.
Okay.
I got an apparently I can't roll properly.
Ewan, you have
Oof.
a 2 and an 8.
A
Or
1 and a
a,
3.
okay, so you have 1 and 2 points to distribute in your uh, identities, your percentages. Ewan, you have 2 and 4.
Oh, so I have 1 and 2%?
Yes.
Okay.
Every little percent counts.
Yes, it does.
So, what I wish to do tonight is I've noticed on the VODs that um, the audio quality is not as much as what I would like. So, I'm going to do a little tweaking. Um, Again, I am also with my mic trying to drown out 16 fans. If anyone has any qualms about my microphone, I think I'm doing a fairly good job. So I'm going to do that now, and you all feel free to have a conversation because I need to listen to your voice on another device.
So, actually, a question that you probably know the answer to here. When you said the 2 and 4%, that I have, do I just increase that on the identity types themselves? Is that where you did that, Jackie? Because he's got to listen to us talk, so that just
Oh, yeah. I just opened up my character sheet, and at the bottom, what was formerly
You
30% is
will.
now 31%.
okay. That's what I assumed. That's where I increased mine as well. I was just
Yeah.
making sure that that was where you did that. Because it,
Yeah, I think the other ones have to change through interactions.
yeah,
I
that
don't know
makes
how
sense.
the relationship ones change, I think. I don't know. Question mark.
Magic, mostly.
I mean, that's how everything happens in this game.
Yeah, but a
So,
lot of that magic isn't known. No, I'm not going to say isn't known to you. It's more that he only half admits it's there.
or we roll so poorly that we only get half descriptions.
Yes.
Here's a nice quality ASMR bit.
Oh, that
There
was
you
good.
go. That's my contribution to the stream.
That was really good,
Mm,
honestly. I think
thank you.
I think you deserve another point.
Oh, that's
I don't
awesome. I agree.
I don't know how Helix feels about that, but you know.
Just look at his face. That's how he feels about it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, almost to the point of
That's
having like
terrifying.
teddy
I
bear
can hear you.
ears. I like it. Well, God, I
That's
hope
so
so. Why else
scary.
would we be talking?
Good God. I've seen you actively try and kill something precious that I love, and I wasn't as scared as looking at you right now.
Actively tried to kill something. That's
All
fine.
right.
I ain't seen nothing yet, I'm sure.
Now, what was it that I don't acknowledge?
I have no idea.
What are you talking about?
You said I half acknowledge something is there.
Oh, me, the magic itself. I said Ewan half acknowledges that the magic is there because he knows it's there, but there's a part of him that refuses to accept that it's there.
Hmm. And that will be the story of his struggle.
Well, God, I would imagine so, considering.
All right, gang. Um, looks like I'll have to do some more tweaking off stream to figure out exactly how to get things where I want them. Anyway, we last left off where Ewan had a very strange experience. From his perspective, he walked into the Logos Minerva library and sat down to read the books still covered in Jonathan's blood, and it seemed to be going well. However, he started to feel very ill. About that time, some of the blood on the pages began to shift and encircle around certain letters along the pages. Using his detective skills, he parsed out a message that said, "Go deeper into the library. Start in the men's room." When he deciphered this, it was puzzling. However, he at first disregarded it, but he began to feel extremely ill. Your body became parched, your mouth completely dry, and waves of nausea would hit, like almost as your heart was beating. You got up and rushed to the men's room. As you were going to the men's room, you would begin to feel very sickly. The flesh on your body began to sink into itself. You began to look emaciated. Your skin would grow gray and green, almost like the life force was being sucked out of you as you were walking. Upon reaching the men's room, you begin to feel cuts and scrapes on your body, and then large gash after gash would open up. Begin to try to hold yourself together and breathe. And you stammered into the men's room, trying to hold your stomach. You trip and fall, but catch yourself on the wall, your hands conveniently hitting two of the levers on the urinals at the same time.
Nat
You
20.
then were surprised to hear a sound. It was the sound of stone grinding from one of the stalls. Upon investigating, you discovered that the wall had opened up and you decided to push forward. Stammering and looking for help, your wounds begin to open up larger. You ran down the hallway. You went through this stone corridor with pillars and Latin writing you disregarded. You made your way to a stone wall that seemed to be some sort of door. You banged and banged and did not get an answer. Finally, you used the last bit of strength you had in your body as you became more and more emaciated and pushed your way into the door. When you pushed, the bones in your arm began to break and snap. You stumbled into the room, which seemed to be another library, circular in nature and old in design, surrounded with scrolls and thick leather-bound text. You see an old man sitting behind a very large stone table, almost like an altar block. Spread out, there are many different papers and bottles and trinkets and several things. He looks up to greet you and sees your current state. He stands up to walk towards you, and you go to speak, and your mouth is so dry, and the lungs so weak, you pass out and hit the floor. We will begin our scene with Damaris, Ewan, Eve, Jonathan walking out of the Library of New Alexandria back into the Logos Minerva.
When I come to the end of the hall where the door was leading from behind the urinal, is it blocked?
It is closed, but there is a large circular stone, almost like a giant button, beside the door.
I'm gonna reach out and press the button.
The door opens.
So am I conscious at this point?
I'm going to walk out of the door and not want to be in the men's room, so I'm going to suggest impatiently that we leave the men's room and go elsewhere to have a conversation somewhere private where all the info is, where it's stashed, which my knowledge is at the front desk.
Do you mean the ritual information?
Yeah.
All of those
The case
papers were
files.
all of those papers were collected and put in a bag, which I believe it was Jonathan's bag that Damaris collected.
So Damaris has it.
Yes. He
Okay.
says, fine. He looks very distracted. After an interesting point of order, as he was carrying Ewan, he was holding the books that Octavius had given him to study. You begin to walk out, Octavius clears his throat, and he remembers he has to put them back, and he looks incredibly conflicted, almost sweating in the face. And he rushes over, slams them on the desk, and then rushes back, and then begins with a hurried pace to get you all out of this hallway. And he says, we can take everything and everyone to one of the soundproof rooms. It's fine. We can do that there. And he
Okay.
begins to carry Ewan along with Jonathan a few, we'll say 50 feet into the library at an adjacent room that is lockable and well lit, and only a small window appears on the door. Very thick doors.
So pretty secure.
Yes.
Pretty dang secure.
Yes. It's concrete walls.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna let everybody get situated. I'm gonna take a seat and start actually sifting through my notes and reading through the book that Octavius gave me, which I did read.
They position Ewan in a chair and basically set him down laying on his arms at the table across from you. And then Damaris says, okay, you guys got this. I have to go do some serious research. I'll be back where we just came from. I'll catch y'all later. And then he bolts out of the room, like in a sprint.
All right, errand boy.
And then Jonathan looks conflicted when he's standing there, and he says, I'm sorry, but I need to go find that rope. I'll be back.
Yeah, right. That's understandable. All right, we'll
And
be here.
he walks out. Not in a rush, but just walks. And you are left in a very quiet room with Ewan across from you. Ewan, you wake up with your head laying on your arms on a desk in a soundproof room.
Just me and you now, Gramps. I'm not really looking at him. I'm just flipping through.
You look
I'm
up.
starting to look through the book Octavius gave me.
You look up and you see her sitting across from you.
How did how did I get here?
Oh, you're awake. Hi. The errand boy carried you. Damaris.
Tomorrow.
And John.
Are they?
They're here, but Damaris went and ran to go get more of Octavius's books or do more of his cleaning or whatever it is. And John wanted to go find his soul rope, which I don't blame him for, I guess.
I start looking at my body to see if any of the wounds are still there, because that would be the last thing that I can obviously remember.
I drew the short straw, so I got to babysit you.
You feel brand new.
Hi.
No wounds, no scars, no nothing.
You feel brand new.
You
feel
don't
well.
look dead, so that's
You
cool.
you even feel very well rested.
This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense at all.
Well, yeah, Octavius did a ritual. Did you get to talk to him much before you?
Who is Octavius?
The old man at the end of the hallway where we found you.
The one at the desk. We spoke, but it was.
Where? So you didn't get to talk to him.
We spoke, but it was so brief.
He saved your life, probably.
No, apparently. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, there was a whole trade situation, but he did a ritual. You're fine now.
A trade situation?
Yeah, I traded him for some information. A lot of shit's happened since you've been asleep.
Apparently.
Hmm.
So what are you reading?
It's a book that I traded Octavius for. It doesn't have a title on the cover. It's just I show him the book that I was given. It's leather bound but blue somehow, probably dyed leather, and then it has like golden thread that ties it together. It's about something called the Orphean Society.
Ophion.
Ophion, sorry. The Ophion Society. And, you know the symbol on the foreheads from the bodies?
Yeah.
It's their symbol. From what I'm reading here, it's a birth and death, ancient moon cults, ancient Egyptians, Buddha is repeated a lot. It goes from Greek creation to the Orphics, that's probably where they got the name, back to Egypt, Gnostics, Roman mythology. It comes back to this Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail, the symbol on these platinum discs. It's all related. Ooh, that was a crazy sentence if I ever said one.
So you
But
said
it
you
is.
not to get off topic too far, but you said you traded something.
You were awake when it happened. Yeah. The guy with the guns.
Yeah.
On the limo.
Yes.
Remember, after that, my necklace started glowing.
Yes.
See how it's not glowing?
I do see that.
So, Octavius called that light, whatever was glowing in my necklace, a charge. Like some kind of magical energy. I didn't get a great explanation, but he said it was really valuable and worth the information he gave me. So I traded him that charge for his book.
In reading the book, has that been worth it?
I mean, I've been looking for information about this for a long time, and this is the most I've ever found. So yeah, it's worth it.
I remember going into the tunnel that led to his desk through a portion in the bathroom, in the men's room. Is that right?
Yeah, it's uh John and Damaris called it toggling. Um, you have to push in two handles on the urinal at the same time, and it opens a stall in the bathroom. There's a door behind there. It's dark as hell.
I remember that it was to another library, right?
Yeah, the Library of New Alexandria.
So did we have any time to spend in there other than making the trade for that book?
John talked to him for a little bit. Uh, they helped him get something down from the shelves. Damaris wanted to read through his books. He was really distracted. Um, we got him to agree to help heal you. And then once you were well enough and we'd all had a conversation, we decided it was best to get back up here and try and put together some things. But apparently, they want to wander off and find more information before we can sit down at the same goddamn table and talk.
Um, so I you're gonna have to forgive me for this, but I have to confirm that this is real. Um, I'll be right back. I'm just going to the bathroom and I'm gonna try to open the door again.
Son of a bitch. All right, I'll be here.
You make your way to the bathroom. Do you remember what you did? Okay.
I'm doing it again.
Surprisingly, those two urinals do not flush. When you hit one, nothing happens. When you hit both of them at the same time, the
The
wall
door
opens up.
open.
The wall opens up behind the toilet and the urinal, or the bathroom stall.
Is there? I push him again. Does it close it?
It does not.
Remembering how distraught I was walking through that the first time, I'm not going back through it a second time, so I'll head back to the room.
Okay. You make your way back.
So I don't know how to close the doors, but the door it's open, that's fine, I don't care. But
I think it's on an automatic timer. When we were about halfway down the hallway, I think it closed on its own. Or someone closed it behind us and we don't fucking know who. Who knows?
I tried to close it using the same method to open it and it didn't close it, so I would assume
I mean,
probably a timer.
I'm not
Sorry.
assuming shit, frankly, because the kid who works here doesn't even know that that exists. So
I
I'm
mean,
not doubting anything at this point.
how would he? How would he just know it's there?
I
I
mean, he
happened
cleans that
across it and I
fucking
don't even know how.
bathroom. He's got to clean it like every night, right?
I don't know if that's his responsibility here.
Pretty sure it is. I'm sure it has to be, right? Ugh.
I don't know.
All right,
The
what do
point
you
is,
know?
the door. That means that that portion of the library does exist, and I apologize for being, for lack of a better word, a little off because you don't understand the state of mind I was in when that door, for lack of a better word, magically opened. Um, and there's a lot. Do you mind if I see that book?
No, here. I just kind of toss it his way.
I just sit down and start going through it,
I'm not
not
gonna.
necessarily confirming the information she gave me, but looking through it. I'm not even 100% sure reading it, just looking through it.
You can
There you
send
go.
him what I sent you.
She did.
Okay.
It's right there.
it seems to depict a unorganized timeline of different sightings and events that have taken place through the course of several hundred years, possibly more. And then it hints back to thousands of years with
I
no
mean, there's.
concrete proof, but I mean it's thousands of years. It's hard to determine there was a secret cult thousands of years ago, with no
There's shit about
monuments.
here about like a philosopher's stone, immortality, just weird end of the world culty shit.
Just wonder how much of it we can take, like, as written. How much of this could actually be true? How much of this could be
I mean,
In that moment, Eve,
bullshit?
you recall that he was not part of the conversation with Octavius and what he revealed about the world, the people in it, the world behind the world.
so there's how many times do I want to explain this? I guess Damaris and John kind of already heard.
So once,
Well, your other buddy, I don't know if he's ever gonna come back, but basically, Octavius confirmed some things that you might find hard to believe.
I believe you about that, but go ahead.
What do you know about this kind of shit? Weird shit, occult shit.
Only really what I've experienced myself, and I don't even honestly know that I believe that. So, I mean, there's been instances, but I don't honestly, that's not what we're talking about. So, I don't know. Going through this, it seems, for lack of a better word, far fetched. It seems
Okay.
like it's something that it seems like it's something I could put down in a book based on common knowledge that could all be bullshit.
Bestseller kind of shit. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Well, most of it is bullshit. Some of it's not. Some of
So,
it's
have you picked out
some
the
of it's
parts that
real. Um I just know some of it isn't. And that ruin in the middle of that library in a library, he showed me shit that I've been trying to see for a long time. But I don't know if you're ready to see it.
okay, I'm probably ready to hear about it, even if I'm not ready to see it.
What if I told you that the things that you doubt can't be explained because there is no explanation because there is magic?
I mean, doesn't that make it easier? Doesn't it make it easier to just say it must be real because it can't be explained?
Yes and no. According to this Octavius guy, there's some sort of hierarchy. There are people who are asleep, which I guess is us, the dreamers. which is hilarious since you keep napping all the time.
I mean, it hasn't been a great dream, but
He threw around the word avatar, which I think is somebody who can do things like he did. Like the ritual he did on you, the reason that you're not bleeding, for whatever reason, why I don't have a gunshot wound in my arm, and I should, because I did, because you and I both were shot earlier, and now we're not.
that's fair too. And at least the gunshot part of it makes sense. But why the hell was I cut? Why the hell was I opened up bleeding? I was reading and then immediately was bleeding to death.
What were you
It
reading right
feels
before it happened?
seems like a dream. The books that we got from that were stacked underneath.
Do you remember what book?
Specifically, I don't. It's a blur.
Can you show me generally?
Yeah,
You,
absolutely.
you still
I
have it
can
in your
name.
pack.
Did I pick it up at that point? I would have assumed it would have
Yeah,
left it where it was if I was just not.
no, you picked up your books and you didn't want to leave them bloody on the table, so you picked them up and walked with them. You got them on you.
Okay. Okay,
It,
so I'll pull out
it is
the
also at
books.
that point when she starts talking about Jonathan. Last you remember, Jonathan was gone.
Oh yeah. Wait, you said Jonathan was with us? He's
Oh
with us
yeah.
now?
Yeah, about that. He never went to the hospital. You
Smart man.
remember? Was it you told me that? Remember?
That he didn't go to the hospital. He didn't. He was picked up. Or not picked up, it just wasn't the hospital that was his destination.
I don't know how we got here. I know that I went to follow you into this building. I turned out of the corner of my eye. I saw somebody in your car, and it was John. And when I first walked over there, he didn't even. Well, I mean, I haven't seen him in like 10 years, but he didn't recognize who I was. And then he couldn't explain how he got there. He didn't remember. He told us some. Well, I mean, after all of this, I have no other choice but to believe it. He told us a story about being in the dark, uh, hanging. He kind of remembered hanging by that rope we found him on, but he met somebody called a doctor, called themselves a doctor, who healed them in exchange for blood. And then we
Wait, my
came
car.
in.
Is Grim still in my car?
No, he left. Damaris told me he left. He wasn't feeling well. He went home. So I guess he's the only smart one out of all of us.
So far, I guess. We'll see, though.
So, yeah, then we came in here to look for you. They went to the bathroom. They found somehow Dumb and Dumber found the entrance, and oh, but Octavius, okay, you handled that better than I expected, so I'll just be blunt. The avatars aren't where it stops. Octavius said that once people become avatars or awakened, I think those two might be the same or interchangeable. Once they become that, they go crazy looking for power, because that is them trying to, he said, ascend. There's something called an invisible clergy. He said that are the gods, effectively, of the universe, some sort of social conscious, the pinnacle of a process of thought. He said Gandhi and Hitler were both examples, which is fucking mind-blowing to me.
I guess there were also examples of crazy on either side of the spectrum, so
that's, and based on what this book is saying about the Orpheon Society and
Ophion.
Ophion, I'm sorry.
Ophion Society is what he named. Orphics
Right.
were
Yes.
a cult and organization that were listed in the book. Ophion is the name of a deity. Just to clarify. Continue.
Yes, okay, I knew I saw it in here. The Ophion Society. In this book, it talks about Ophion being the serpent, the snake, what we see here, the Ouroboros. I mean, this is about life, death, rebirth, immortality, and what Octavius said about the invisible clergy was that when there was a certain number, 333, when there's 333, everything just, and it becomes what the invisible clergy was. If it was bad, it would all be bad. If it was good, it would all be good. He said everybody thinks they know the best and we're all fools, which might be the only thing he said that makes total sense.
Not wrong.
How are you doing so far?
I mean, fine. It's I don't know. It's one of those weird things where I'm not gonna believe all of the rantings of a loon, but it's the location of the loon that got to me. That's the part that makes me want to explore deeper into this library. Not this library, but that library, or if it's all the same library.
There was another
Because
door in there, wasn't there? There was a door on the other side that we didn't go to.
were we made to leave?
We just decided. Damaris is down there right now, probably mopping up the blood. And I mean, John said he was going to bring some artifacts back, so I'm sure if you wanted to have a conversation with him while you were cognizant.
While a conversation would be helpful, it'd be more helpful to just go investigate. We should go investigate. We should go follow Damaris' lead. We should be down there finding more things.
He won't just give us information. I had to
He's
trade
in a
him for it.
library. He doesn't have to give it to me. I just need to see it.
You can ask him that.
And let's do that. We're not gaining anything sitting here. I'll pull out the books. If you want to see, these are the books that I was reading when
Yeah, let me
I
look at
began
that
to
before.
feel nauseous. Yeah, that's fine. And I just lay the books out.
I don't want to take a walk all the way down there, but I do want to look behind that door.
I just need I need to understand this better. I need to, I get it. I get that these things could potentially be real, but I can't just believe them based on the ravings of a lunatic. I have to understand it more.
I've talked to a lot of fucking crazy people. This dude, he's weird, but honest weird.
I mean, he healed me. Maybe he'll have more to say to me now that I can say something to him.
I can walk and read.
That seems like a bad idea.
It's a long walk.
The floor has obstacles?
It's a long walk in a dark, narrow, flat tunnel.
Well, wouldn't you also have to assume then that light is required for reading? Or do you have like low light vision for reading about that? Well, okay, that's alright.
I have a phone.
So like hold the book in one hand. No, you know what? You figure that out. Let's go.
It's about the time you realize that Jonathan has been gone for at least 10, 15 minutes.
I want to check my phone and see what time it is, by the way.
I would say it is about 8 o'clock. 8:30 maybe.
Did we establish the day of the week?
A day of the week?
We do need to do
Hmm.
that.
Yes,
Which
and I
background
actually
story?
wrote it. I actually wrote it down.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Because that depends on whether Eva has to send a text or not.
And that depends on whether or not I need to get in touch with
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah.
daughter.
Oh, that is definitely tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
It is
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I vaguely remember you saying
Nope,
it was
I'm
Wednesday
good.
at one point.
And
But
you
all right,
said
what
8
time is it?
a.m.?
8 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. I'm gonna just glance at my watch to make sure it says the same thing. We've
Yes.
had time fuckery. Okay. Let's go.
8 in the morning. Okay. I'm gonna have to get some sleep eventually. But
I don't understand why you're not just awake. I mean, took a nap and I'm good. You could take a nap. Do you want to sleep in the soundproof room? Certainly bother you.
yeah.
Figured I'd
That's
offer
great.
it.
You
Either that or caffeine pill or something. I don't know what to tell you.
I probably do have some no-dos in my bag. Let me see. I'll rummage through my bag. Do I have no-dos in there? Alright. I'll pop one and take it dry.
all right.
That'll kick in a minute.
Go to the bathroom. And is the door still open? Or the tunnel still open?
It is not. Do you
That's
wish
actually good
to
news.
check on Jonathan?
Well, I didn't know he left, so I mean I knew that he left, but I haven't been keeping up with the time. I just woke.
Where is John?
He
Should have
left
been back by now.
shortly before you woke up.
Where did he go?
He went to go get his soul. The rope. Oh yeah, you didn't see that either. The rope that he was hanging from was his soul. I cut a little piece off of it, figuring that I would look at it under a microscope. And when I showed it to him, it hopped back onto his arm. That was weird as fuck. Yeah. So I'm really
So
hoping he's not hanging from the ceiling again.
we should. Yeah, let's. Oh, God, let's go check.
Yeah, let's go see that he's all right.
This conversation is taking place in the men's restroom. I just want to point
Yeah.
that out. Now
You know, this is the third time I've been in here today, so
nothing special. Let's go.
I look at dead
Yeah.
bodies for a living. Do you know how many dicks I've seen? Like,
Not the dicks. I'm at the men's restroom. I mean, there's not anybody in here for you to see the dicks.
people
Oh,
are
walk
gross.
out.
It doesn't matter.
Walk out and start heading back to where he was hanging.
Yeah, let's go where they put the rope.
You go about 2 hours from now is when traffic would normally pick up within the library. You remember this moment as you recall walking around the corner, seeing a person flayed alive, hanging, piles of blood. You expect to see that. You almost anticipate it as you walk around the corner, deep in the library. You can feel your heart race, your hands tremble slightly as you recall this traumatic event. However, when you walk around the corner, you see nothing. It's a normal
Nothing at all.
hallway, normal bookshelf. You think for a moment, is this the right one? I'm sure this is the right one. And both of your meters are high enough for you to spot this. You see a gold coin laying in the middle of the hallway.
I'll walk over to it and bend down without picking it up in a
Okay.
very cop fashion, like detective fashion, is treating it as evidence.
I
I
don't
even.
get quite so scared of it. I get kind of right up on it and squat down and look. But
Oh,
I
I
don't
mean,
touch.
I'm doing the same. I'm just not touching it.
No, I'm not touching either.
Okay.
I slide a piece of
What do we see?
cloth out of my jacket as a, for lack of a better word, I guess. I'm trying to think of the thing it would actually be called. It's just a piece of fabric to pick things up, to not disturb it, so to speak, and just get a better like examination of the coin itself.
Oh, like a lens cleaning cloth?
Yeah,
It is a very thick, heavy gold coin. Larger. Larger than a silver dollar.
Have I seen it before?
have I seen it before?
You have not.
Oh, well,
Eve,
I have.
you
And
do
I
remember.
remember it. Not from inside, but from outside on the door.
Yes.
I've seen this before.
do you know what it is?
Babylon Club. That's what the door frame said. Do you know what that is?
Do I know what that is? Would I have ever heard of that? I have no idea.
Do you remember?
This is the type of shit I would have asked Tim Morris or Jonathan about, honestly.
Do you remember our conversation in your car
Yes.
before you came into the library?
Yes.
You remember telling me about going out partying?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's what you did. But yes.
I don't remember the partying, but I do remember going into a door with this symbol on it and coming out on the other end. And then I don't know why, but I came here.
Do you remember
And
where
then
it was?
you said that we spoke.
We did speak. Do you know where it was?
Yes. The car accident. I chased guy with the guns. I chased him there. And I know that I had to have gone in. I had to have. I mean, there's no way I just stood there in an alley for hours.
You
You
called me
remember-
from inside.
You remember there was a doorman. Very tall. Imagine
7 foot,
Imagine-
400 pounds.
imagine the Big Show with a shaved clean face. He opened the door for you.
Bodybuilder.
He opened the door for you as you
Huge,
walked
heavy door. It was marble and emerald, maybe. It had that right there on the front of the door. That exact coin. And I
I wonder
don't
if that's
know.
where Jonathan went. I don't want to leave Damaris here. We should. You said Damaris is still in the other library, right?
Yeah, he's. Octavius had some errands he wanted him to run. There was a little mess down there he had to clean up. There was a bunch of blood. He's probably doing that.
You know what? I'm gonna try to call Damaris.
I tried to Google it. I tried to Google the Babylon Club and my phone kept shutting off. Remember me showing you that?
I do. But you
Yeah.
know how to get there. If we were to go outside and get in my car, you could get us there.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of calling Damaris, I'm just gonna shoot him a text message that says, "Be back soon. Went to." I'm gonna try to type Babylon Club, but I don't know if that will actually work.
So, two things happen. Your text message says, message not sent, or message not received. and your phone shuts off when you type in Babylon Club.
Of course it does.
Did you try and text him the name of the place? It won't work. I put it in Google. I spaced it out. I put hyphens between every letter. I put underscores. I put stars. I tried the onion. Nothing. It shuts off every time.
Now the question is, do we say Damaris will be fine, or do we go try to get...
I mean, what harm is he gonna get into down there with the old man? We don't need to move everybody at once.
Well, then let's go.
But wait. I take out my phone and I look at my text. Last time we tried to split up, we had to follow you. You were going to the hospital and we got texts saying that we would be safe together. But we couldn't split up. Let me see. Let me look through. It had said, if you want to survive, stay together.
Then we need to go get Damaris.
Well, where's John?
That's the question.
Is he here
He was
somewhere?
going back to get the rope, and this is the coin we find. The only thing I can assume is that we need to follow this lead to the club.
I'm gonna try and pick up the coin.
You do?
Okay.
It's solid gold.
I'm gonna turn it over in my hand and examine it.
Same thing on the back. It's solid gold. It's about half a pound.
Heavy. Jeez.
Could use a soda, but we should probably hold on to that. Let's go see if we can find Damaris.
I don't think this is the kind of thing you put in a vending machine. I'm gonna tuck it into my bag.
Way to find out.
Is
Anyway.
there anything else around in the immediate vicinity, or just the chip?
Take a look.
Okay.
I'll do the same.
Should I roll notice?
Yep.
Oh. 66 over 45 for me.
100 over 42. Not only do I not see anything,
You go blind.
I stumble over my feet into the bookshelf and...
So, when you roll 100 in this game, the worst possible outcome happens.
Yeah, of course it does.
Is this our first 100?
It's the second.
I was just looking, though. What's the worst possible outcome? Am I going blind?
Eve. Oh, you rolled 6 doubles.
Fail doubles.
So.
We shouldn't have looked around. That's...
Forget it. We're just gonna hide our eyes and run.
No.
Am I gonna shove needles into my eyes?
No. But you begin to see Eve peeking around the corners, through the bookcases, over top of the shelves. Little heads, dark shadows, looking and then hiding, creeping around, seemingly closing in on you. Couple on the ceiling. Ewan.
Yep.
I need you to mark a failed. And you're unnatural.
Is
It
that
is
the... Oh, yeah, okay.
It is at this moment you see what Eve sees.
So I see heads poking around.
You see shadow creatures, shadow people. They're climbing the shelves. Some of them are on the ceiling.
I fall to
They're
the
all-
ground. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What am I looking at right now? Tell me what I'm looking at right now. Tell me at least that you see it too.
Describe them.
You
Describe.
can, and I'm pointing at the creatures, like individually pointing at them,
Yes.
sweat pouring, I imagine. This. What are they? What are they? How
I don't
often
know.
have you seen
I don't
these?
know. They
What
were
are-
on John. They were on John. They cut into John when I first met you. I'm gonna reach for my knife.
I go to, like, I stand up and just start booking it.
Ah, so you have chosen to run.
Yes.
Which direction?
Towards the bathroom.
Okay. He took off.
Damn it, I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. You make it to the bathroom.
Are they still there? Can I still see them?
Mm-hmm.
Are they closing in?
They're creeping their way towards you, but they're not like aggressively trying to track you down. They seem
Once
more
I
curious than they do, or maybe predatory. You're not sure which one.
Once I notice that they're not actively
They're not running after you,
trying to
but
catch,
they are following.
then I turn around and kind of look at the nearest one. Try and actually
You see
look at it.
You see a person. Their skin has been darkened and almost turned to ash. And it's like wind is sweeping against their face and creating like this black vapor that comes off of them and just basically creates this wispy silhouette. Their
Ever
eyes.
seen anything? Like, have I ever seen anything like that before? Like, not in real life, but in books and anything.
No. Their
I
eyes are
try to
not
take a picture of
glowing.
one.
You cannot. You chose to run.
Oh, that's fair. Then I'm gonna try to open the door again, the tunnel.
Do they
Yes.
stop chasing and getting close to me when I stop and look at them?
They observe you at the same pace they were. What's strange enough is that their eyes are not glowing. They are dead yellow bulbs, almost rotting. And their skin is almost featureless because it's so charred.
I'm going to hold my knife in one hand, take out my phone with my other, and see if I can capture an image of them on my phone.
You're gonna roll your identity.
Okay. (41/25).
Okay. You don't see it on your phone to take a picture.
I'm gonna take a picture anyway, and tuck my phone away, and then I'm gonna take a tentative step closer to whatever might be closest to me, if like there's one on the floor or a nearby table.
It observes you.
Gonna try and like broaden out my shoulders. I've got my knife in this hand. I'll try and kind of make myself big. Not say anything or do anything, but keep. If it's. I know you said it doesn't really have eyes, but it has a focus that looks like eyes or place in the face, right?
It has dead eyes, yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and make contact with those. And just keep eye contact and not break it.
Okay. So what is your intention here?
To try and either communicate with it if I can, or to scare it off.
Okay. So you are going to roll your connect.
$69 versus 30. $69 versus 30.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
How close are you?
20 feet, 30, 25.
In a
Within
single
range of a toss, but not. Oh, maybe a leap.
in a single leap, this creature jumps forward, almost like it's going to tackle you. But it lands just short. And like it almost dives into the ground. But then it comes up, grabs your arm with the knife, and when it puts its hand around your forearm, your skin begins to burn and melt as it yanks your whole body and flings you 15 feet backwards towards the wall. You feel your shoulders and your back crunch.
Oh.
Ewan,
I see that happen.
no, you're in the bathroom.
I've opened
You
the thing then.
You hastily hit the levers and dart towards, just in time. I need you to make a dodge roll.
Me?
No, Ewan.
Okay.
What is dodge under?
Abilities.
Oh, I see it. Never mind. 23, 25.
You see a hand come up from one of the adjacent stalls and reach at your leg. You just manage to get your leg out of the way, barely, as it burns through your clothing. What are you wearing? Jeans? Khakis?
Yeah. Jeans. Like dark jeans, but jeans.
It burns slash marks through your jeans. And you manage to dive into this tunnel.
Oh my fucking god. I'm
Into
trying to collect myself.
into the darkness.
Yeah, of course. I turn my phone back on.
It turns on.
Turn the flashlight on.
It turns on. Eve, you're laying on the ground. It's standing
I'm
there.
gonna try and get up.
You can get up.
All right, I'm gonna get up. Where is it in relation to me?
About 15 feet away.
I'm gonna start backing up.
You feel pretty hurt.
Gramps! God, what the? Ewan!
Can I hear it?
Barely. These are thick stone walls.
And then I turn around immediately and just realize that she's not behind me. And I look out back into the bathroom and then down the hallway. Take a deep breath, gather myself, and walk back out into the bathroom. And then back out of the bathroom. Like almost immediately upon going in to the room itself. Immediately out the door. Like I beeline out.
You see she's getting herself up off the ground. She's about 20 feet away.
What the fuck happened to you? And I just
Still
start
carry a
walking.
gun, ex-cop?
Oh yeah, that would have. I guess I probably would have pulled that out almost immediately.
Not now.
I didn't, obviously. But I am gonna pull it out as soon as she mentions the guns, like remembering that I have it.
And I'm just gonna start hurrying a little more to back towards the door, because I feel like that wall between me and these things would be nice.
I feel like my gun between me and these things would be nice as I pull my gun out.
Don't just start shooting in the middle of the library in the middle of the day
I
at
have
something that
training.
only you and I can probably see.
As you
Say it
back
in my head
into
again.
carefully into the bathroom, into the door, you see peeking around the corner, almost in the shadow, a little bit out of it, of the contrasting light of the inner bathroom to the outer hallway. You see from the side the skull.
Is it getting closer?
It's just peeking around the hall doorway.
I take a deep breath and hold my gun up at it, but do not pull the trigger.
Do we both see it?
Oh yeah.
You see that skeleton face, black,
And then
some
I
kind of
see it.
helmet. It's gone.
I saw it. Let's go get Damaris and get the hell out of here.
Yeah. The sooner the better. Ah. Oh,
I keep my gun at my side instead of holstering its safety on and go and open the door again if it's closed.
to the other library.
Yeah.
So there is a very long, about 30-minute walk. Dead silence, just you all breathing. Sound of your
me
heartbeats.
huffing a little.
Your skin is melting.
It's still melting.
It kind of looks like it.
Well, I'm trying to like tighten my hoodie around it and.
Do I notice that happening?
I mean, you
Or do I-
see her arm is completely like burned in claw marks. Her
Is there
forearm.
anything? Is there anything that you can do about that, or is the plan to just wait and see if he tastes good after cooked?
I'm sure Octavius will be able to cook something up for me, just like he did for you.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't even know what he took from me to do that.
Yeah, well, we all made sure it happened. So we'll make sure that I get taken care of, too.
And just keep walking.
You reach the doorway. About 15 feet before you get there, all of your lights shut off. Your phone becomes completely dead.
I
Of
holster my
course.
gun because I'm not a crazy person.
You're standing in
I'm
darkness.
gonna just put
Yeah.
my good arm out towards the wall because I know it's pretty narrow in here,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of use it as a guide to step forward.
I do the same.
You make your way
except
towards
on
the wall.
other wall.
Then I'm gonna feel it front because I remember the door is there and that it's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So when I feel something in front of me, I'm gonna say, "Yeah, this door's super heavy, so I might need a hand."
I remember opening it. I'm gonna essentially do the same thing, following the wall to the door.
You make it to the door.
Try
I'm
to
gonna
open the
try
door.
and push open the door.
Roll struggle.
Both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Eight versus 35. All right.
69 over 42.
Keep
Second,
rolling 69.
69. I'm just thinking of trick tonight.
So, you are well rested. You have strength restored to you, Ewan. Kind of strength you haven't had in several years. And you push this door open. And you are blinded by quite a bit of light, as it took you a while to adjust your eyes to the darkness. But it is a soft candlelight. And you see this immaculate room. As it was described before, it is a circular room, 3 stories high, almost like a bowl dome. Each level encircles a new row of books all around it. It is incredibly large. And there is the large stone altar in the center of the room. Behind that altar is another very large door. And you see sitting there an old man. A little more put together than you saw him moments ago.
Me too.
You see him, yeah.
No, I mean, I'm also a little more put together than he saw me moments ago.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna just walk towards him at the altar. Hey,
Yes. What are you doing
So,
back here?
yeah, about those healing rituals. I'm just gonna show him my arm.
What?
You've got some really nasty pets living in the rafters upstairs, I think.
What are you talking about?
Some sort of ashy, weird creature that I can't take a picture of.
I think I would call them demons if I had to put a name on.
I
Yeah,
mean,
demons.
No.
with the kind of shit
The
that's
only-
been going on.
The only demon around here is the one infesting one of my employees. What can I help you with?
A demon is infesting one of your employees?
Yes, he's right over there. And
Damaris.
You see Tamaris is up on the second shelf, just locked in 3 different books all at once, taking notes, just frantically looking at 3 books like a madman.
It's a pretty focused demon, if I do say so myself.
I get the feeling that that's his ideal state.
Me too.
Yes,
actually.
he's quite happy with himself, yes.
Yeah.
What's this about my library?
Some sort of misty creature, a bunch of them actually, decided to chase us down after we went looking for John. And, yeah, he's disappeared somewhere. We don't know where.
What
Point
time is it? What time is it?
I'm on fire.
I
It's
look at
8
my
in the
watch.
morning.
Yes, I suppose it's about open to the public. Give me a moment. And he walks over and pulls out one of the books off of the shelf. He flips it open, reaches into it, pulls out a very large hammer. One-handed. Closes the book. Puts it back on the shelf. Then he walks over to another shelf. And pulls out what looks to be sitting, what you thought was maybe like an ornament. About a 3-inch blue sphere. And he places it on the altar in a particular spot, somewhere around where the pages are not covering. And it's almost like it sets in a little divot. It's a perfectly round sphere, and there's a divot there. You didn't notice it before. But when you do that, when you see him do that, he takes the hammer and he smashes it. And it lets out this blue light that glows veins into the altar and down into the floor. And you watch, it's like almost like this pulse just spreads itself into the walls and up the ceiling. And it's almost that same loud knock that you heard when the rope fell to the floor. And then he just takes the hammer and he sets it down. Yes. I believe it's about time to open for business. Yes.
What was that?
Is this does that expel the creatures?
For a while, yes.
So you know what they are?
Yes, they're lost spirits of the dead.
Why are they after us?
I don't know. Were they after anything? They've all got their own motivations or what have you.
Do you know anything about the Babylon Club? Will you let him see that coin?
Oh, yeah. This. I'm gonna take out the coin.
Ah. It appears you have a token. Yes, the Babylon Club.
Do you
What
know
are you
anything
doing
about
with it? Yes, I know plenty.
We found it.
Not asking for
It's very odd that you would find a coin from the Babylon
In
Club.
your library.
Curious.
I think
Someone
I've
must have been
there.
extremely careless or deliberately intentional.
I think I've been there.
Well, I doubt you would remember it since you are indeed still a dreamer. And
yet.
Mr. What is your name, boy? This guy is
You,
so fucking old.
you and Hanover, I believe we met briefly. I'm fairly certain that you
Yes,
did.
yes, you bled all over my floor.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Not the bleeding part, but the healing me part.
Gramps, meet Super Gramps. Speaking of healing, this arm really fucking hurts.
Yes, I'd imagine.
Do you have anything that can take care of this?
Probably.
What would it take to trade for it?
Something valuable.
Like?
What have you got to offer?
How's a token for the Babylon Club?
Not very valuable to me since I do not leave
Said
this
yourself
sanctuary.
they're hard to come by, but
They are indeed.
valuable for trading.
If you're not a member, they are extremely hard to come by.
So valuable for trading, I would imagine. It'd be an IOU of sorts.
The token is it's used for several reasons, but the token allows you to get in the door, and the token allows you a favor from the club.
This thing is a favor from that place?
Yes. And its members and its associates.
You're young. Your skin will heal naturally if we don't have anything else. It's probably a good idea to hold on.
Could they maybe make a bullet wound go away?
I'm sure one of them can. If any charger could sufficiently do such a thing if they were adequately attuned to such a school of magic.
Yeah, about that. I shared some of the information you gave me with my friend here.
Oh, excellent.
And I think he has.
I don't have to
some
repeat
questions.
myself.
I can't
What-
promise that.
What is your question?
There's a lot in this book.
Octavius Holland is my name, by the way.
Is it okay if I call you Octavius?
Yes, it's perfectly fine. It's my name.
Well, anyway. A lot of the stuff in this book is honestly everything from myths to
Which
quite honestly
which book do you have there?
conspiracies.
What is
I
that?
point out the book that the I guess Guild Blue book is all I have as far as the name goes.
Ah, the Ophion Society, yes.
Well, there's a lot in this that is, don't get me wrong, none of it proven false or anything else, but it's all still the stuff of, it's things that you wouldn't find in the nonfiction section of the library.
I assure
And-
you, young man, that is the most accurate collection of knowledge based on the Ophion Society.
Gramps, are you fucking serious? The nonfiction section of the library?
I said it's something you wouldn't find. What do you want from me? The point is,
After what we just saw?
okay, so now I know what the demons exist. I'm fine with that, or shadows, or whatever you want to call them exist. That's fine. I get that. I'm still attempting to come to terms with that, but it's hard to find a grasp on that plus all of this too. It's going to take a little bit more reading before I can formulate extremely good questions about it, but I
How
will
much
come
time
up
are you
with them.
gonna spend reading? Those things did not seem
I
like
assure
they
you,
wanted to talk
time
to
spent
us.
reading is never wasted.
Exactly.
Second that.
I mean, yes, but
You hear Damar's chime from the corner.
My point is, and I don't know a better way to put this, not to be offensive, but how do I know this is true? How do I know this is real? These are made up stories that have been passed
it's
around my
not made
whole
up.
life. Thank you, boy. Now that you've said that,
Young lady, what is your name? I cannot recall.
Eve.
Yes, Eve. Appropriate. Demonstrate to him your power. Make him believe.
Okay.
power. Man, if I were a younger man, I'd sit down and cross my legs together.
Ugh.
Story time.
Cramps. Ugh. And I'm just gonna kind of shove my palm in his direction like that, and try and. Ugh. No.
Ooh, you need to roll.
71 over 31.
73
I love
over
that
31.
Thank you. Thank you. So I just, cramps. No.
There is a force that hits your chest like a hammer and knocks you 5 foot back and lands you on the ground.
Shit.
And you take damage. Ooh, you may have cracked a rib.
So,
Moderation is always the key, young lady.
If he wasn't such a dumb fuck.
Just
and
don't
said
knock
some
any more
stupid
of my
shit all the
things on the floor.
I'm not. Damaris cleaned it up, didn't he? It's nice. No. Are you sure you don't have anything for the pain? This sucks.
how long?
Well, that's your problem.
I know, but
How long have you known that's existed?
decade? More than a decade?
I'm struggling to stand up with what is likely a
15 years?
broken rib.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you maybe, I don't know, think to try that on the thing that grabbed your arm? It's definitely not comfortable.
It's not. It doesn't. I didn't. It's not like that. It
seems to be a lot like that.
You cough up a little bit of blood.
If it was that,
It's not like that.
if it was that easy, don't you think I would? If I knew how, don't you think I would have?
Didn't you just... What do you mean if you knew how?
It's not like it works the way I want to every time. You wouldn't be coughing up blood if it did.
What, would I be dead?
No. You just maybe like have a loose
That's the next
tooth.
step. I'm an old man. If I lose a tooth, I'm not getting it back.
Well, I mean,
I'm not gonna get this rib back either.
Usually, even if you were a young man, if your adult teeth had already burst through your gums, they don't regrow again. So you being old or you being young, it really doesn't have anything to do with it.
Oh, good. Thanks. You can show me your doctorate later. The point is...
Oh, I know. I have a master's, not a doctorate. I'm pursuing my doctorate.
Oh, well, that's hopefully in medical studies, but not the point. Anyway, why don't you try? How about that? if we run into something that's clearly not of, and I'll say this plane of existence rather than this world because they exist in this world, why don't you give it a shot? The old college try, if you will.
You want me to give it a try? That's what you want? You want me to give it a try?
I guess it'd probably be better than, I don't know, cracking an old man's rib with it. I'm sure there's better things to do with it. Damaris,
What?
we have somewhere to go.
Have fun.
No, you're coming too.
No, I'm busy.
Yep, you can be busy when we get back.
Yep, still
What
busy.
about John?
Yeah. Go get John.
Octavius, do you know... This might be a crazy question, but at this point, what is it? You know those dead spirits that were in the library? Do you happen to be able to know where other things are in the library? For instance, where John might be.
Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan.
No.
Mr. Brownstone.
Yes. No.
Mr. Blackwell.
Who?
Nothing. Just talking to myself. So what's behind that door over there?
That is the vault where I store the artifacts of power. Like magical artifacts that have been collected over hundreds of years.
Something that could help us, maybe?
Probably.
John said he was gonna have some shit to trade with you, and he's just disappeared, so... Fuck. Damaris isn't coming, and we can't get anything back there without John anyway, so I guess, Gramps, you and I are just stuck going in circles.
I mean, we could go in circles, or we could just see if that clue that you have there on you leads us to John. It is, after all, where he was going.
Alright. Fine.
Can
You
I
say so.
Can I use my magic on the thing? On the coin?
Donut magic?
Yeah.
Sure. You can use
I
it
don't
at any
know
time.
how. Well, I have to ask because I don't know how adept I am to the point of actually being able to full on use it if I'm just going to put it in my hand and stare at it for a long period of time.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you're doing. That's how you use your donut magic.
Well, alright. I'm going to try it.
By the way, I don't know if
He's
I
a believer.
showed or if I announced all of this to you. Everyone has access to gutter magic. But
I remembered reading something about it, but not.
It's equally unreliable to all of you, except for someone who has that as part of their identity. A little more reliable. So gutter magic is your ability to bruise reality and basically cast your own will upon the universe in the form of intentional and symbolic spellcasting. Basically, you wish or pray or cast your own spell, create your own incantation, and hopefully it works. Sometimes you look like an idiot. Sometimes you have to over dramatize the situation. And maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Most likely it won't.
But maybe it will.
So it's like the Force, but
No,
you have
it is
almost
absolutely not like the Force. Fuck Disney. Just wanted to put that out there.
Well, all right. Can I see that coin?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to donut magic it and see if I can glean anything off of it.
Hey, what's up, Derek? So
50 over 44.
you look at it very intently, and it almost looks like it's pressed as a solid gold coin, like it's molded, but it's so intricate with the design that it's like almost circuitry. It's pristine. It's not like, it's not worn at the edges. It's not, rubbed, dull in any spots. It is like, it's like a fucking computer chip. It's that pristine.
Before we go to the club, Octavius, did you say what you did earlier got rid of spirits, at least for the time being?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's safe to walk out there again.
purged the library so the general public could not be bothered.
Could you not do that at night?
I do it whenever it's
Public doesn't come
necessary.
in at night.
I don't want to waste these artifacts.
Before
It's-
we
A
go,
limited supply?
Yes, everything is a limited supply. That's why they are collected and stored.
How long do you expect to be able to keep that going?
Well, as long as I have the supply.
Great, so this
And-
place will be very safe.
Then from then on, I'll figure something out, I suppose.
before
There's always a way.
let's go back to where I found that.
Wait, has this always been happening or did it just start?
Well, it's happened several times over the years. Well, over the decades. But, recently it's picked up a little more frequently. Why?
Have you remember seeing the rope around my friend Jonathan's neck?
Yes.
That I thought looked like a tattoo.
Yes.
We found him hanging from a rope like that, but much, much bigger, in this library. It looked like it was going directly through the ceiling.
Wait, did you perform that ritual recently?
Which one?
The orb.
Whatever you have to do to rid the library.
Earlier what time is it?
I'll look at my watch.
It's about 8:30, 8:45.
It's 8:30.
Yes. About several hours ago. Why?
Because I heard the sound.
The rope fell.
Yes.
The rope fell.
Well, it purges throughout the entirety of the property.
We need to go back to the point where you found that coin before we leave.
What does it banish from the library when you do that?
Lost spirits, it basically creates a ripple effect throughout the property that pushes out anything in the spectral realm for a time being.
How long does it typically last?
Sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's a few hours, sometimes it may be even a month.
You remember when Jonathan told you about the doctor?
Yes?
Be able to, that kind of being would be able to be in here when, because that's when he said he met them, was after he was.
Well, it can only
Hanging
purge
out.
what is dead.
So the doctor, I don't know, I don't understand much right now, but I know that John said he talked to it in a space outside of it wasn't standing in the library. It was like he was somewhere else. but not
Well, if he was
physically.
somewhere else, then it wasn't the library.
But it was. It was.
Well, the spectral
Like
realm
another.
overlaps our reality all over the universe.
Hey, Demars, last chance.
Okay, bye.
I'm gonna start leaving.
Where are you going?
I told you I'm going back to where we found that coin.
For the record, I think this is a fucking dumb idea. But okay.
Well, I mean, take note of it. Do you have like a notebook or something? You want to write that in?
Yeah, I do. I'm just
Okay,
gonna
good. Yeah,
let me
write that in
pull
the
up an
notebook.
app
Yeah.
on my phone.
Okay.
I'll write it down.
You
Okay,
go to
well,
pull up.
I'll be on my way.
You go to pull up
Gramps
your
had a dumb
phone.
fucking idea.
You go to pull up your phone, and it is a brick. It does not
Dead.
turn on. Dead.
Of course, there's no signal down here. Of course not.
There's no battery.
Of course not. There's
It
no
will.
nothing. It won't turn on. That's
Oh, damn.
great.
There
You'll
is
have to
no.
remember something.
You notice that there is no electrical device in this room. It is all lit by candles.
There's not even a light in here.
What are you talking about? There's light everywhere.
Light switch. Light bulb.
Oh,
Electricity.
bulbs. Unreliable.
I mean, they won't set books on fire.
True, but they can easily burst or draw out their filament and be switched off by any random happenstance of energy or spectral interference.
Candles blow out.
Not mine.
That's handy. Could we maybe borrow one of those for the walk down the hallway?
No.
It's dark. No, okay. Well, I'm gonna take
Unless
my
you have
bloody
something to
arm.
trade.
Don't want back your book? I read it already, the good parts.
Well, you would have to trade for something of equal value. Or greater.
For the book?
Yes, my candle is worth more.
Oh. I gave you that charge for this book. Why
Yes.
is the candle worth more?
My candles are worth more than their charge.
What's the book worth? Not being in pain?
Roll connect.
Okay. $75/30.
Well, as much as I do want the book back, the incantations for such a ritual or spell would cost me more. What else do you have to offer?
Pretty sure that's it. Well, let me see. No, that's it. That's all I have. Double Gramps.
You and these books and these scrolls? These look like something you'd find in Egypt. They're old. They have ornate handles at the edges of the scrolls. They're not just rolled up pieces of paper. They have like the two bars that are rolled up a single sheet of paper. Yeah, and they're very ornate.
Would would I would I be able to look at any of this without taking it with me, without offering something? I don't want to trade. I just want to
Yes,
look.
you can look at the knowledge. However, you must understand the knowledge within these tomes can scar the mind. And you are not an awakened. It could leave you damaged. Your sense of reality has not developed to full maturity.
Oh yeah, I asked him about how to wake up, and trauma, I think, was your answer. So some really
Yes.
great help there. Yeah.
Usually the dreamers awaken through very traumatic events. And it's a complex,
Helpful.
repeated process. It's not an all at once event.
Yeah. So that's really useful to us right now. Super duper.
It's not a pleasant event, I assure you. You become someone else entirely when you are awakened. Your priorities and your previous life,
We're all gone.
they don't have the same motivation
Same
anymore. No.
Nothing's the same after something that big happened. Alright. Let's just fucking go.
If you are
Maybe will give us answers.
If you are intending to go to the Babylon Club as the dreamers that you are, I would advise you to be very careful and do not make any unfair deals with any adepts or, God forbid, an avatar that walks into there.
Adept.
Yes, a magic user. A charger.
I thought that was an avatar.
No, an avatar is stronger than an adept. A charger is an adept. An adept is a magical being, a magical user. That is what you will become when you are awakened.
I'm leaving. I can't.
Thank you, Octavius.
Yeah, thanks. Double Gramps for nothing but a long
You are
walk.
welcome.
No, thank you for the knowledge. We'll be back. Gonna head back.
I'll
down
be
the hall.
here. And he
Yeah,
sits.
I know.
Yeah, we
He's-
know you never leave.
He sits back down. Just starts.
And fuck
Writing
you and your
notes again.
candles.
And start walking back down the hallway.
You make your way back to the end of the hall.
There's a fucking button on the wall. What state am I in? Am I still like in agony?
I mean, it hurts like any second or third degree burn would.
I've had those. I just don't want it to, like... Is it on my right arm?
It's whatever arm you had your knife in.
Yeah, I'd be right. She's right-handed.
As we're walking down the corridor, I just kind of glance over. You know, you can, you have an interesting way of treating people that you want something from. Just saying. Just keep walking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You make it to the end of the hall.
Can I find the button?
After a few moments, you realize it's pretty large. It's pretty easy to spot. You press it,
push
it.
and
I'm gonna
pops
go
open.
back to the place where we found the coin. Because
It
no matter
takes
what, I feel like
takes you a few minutes
even
to get there.
running, like even running from my fear at that point, the investigator in me would want to know why I ran, especially knowing that they're not there now.
I'll
What I
go
ran
with.
from is not there now.
You
And then I'm gonna
you make it there.
I'm
Takes
gonna
you several
investigate
minutes.
the area a little bit. Yeah.
Roll
So it's gotta
me
be 9
detective.
or so. 61 versus 42.
It looks pretty clean and pristine. The carpet is a short carpet you can't really see footprints on.
Can I see evidence that I bled anywhere from being attacked?
Not a single drop.
Gramps, look at this. I bled. Right there. Right there on the floor. Tamaris is down there with his head buried in 6 different books. He did not get his ass up here and clean this carpet.
I again point out I don't think that's his job here.
Where you bled was closer to the bathroom. Where Jonathan is way deeper in the library. But if you walked back, you would notice that there was no blood.
Okay. When we walk past.
Yeah, when you walk past.
Yeah. And I thought maybe I got the space wrong, but no, that was definitely the place.
What
And
if
it
his
was
ritual
time.
prepares the library to be open, prepares the library for public viewing, and gets rid of things that would make people, gag? What I'm saying is it's not a weird thing that it's gone.
Quit looking at my
it is,
book.
but it's... What?
I said, quit looking at my book. That was very accurately correct.
I mean,
Actually, hold on. That is a perfect time for me to give you a hunch roll.
What is... How do I even...
So, you are going to roll a percentile.
$99.
oh my god.
So, you can bank this roll.
Like, hold on to it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can use this whenever you choose.
Wait, though, is higher actually better? Because if I'd have gotten 100 like last time...
Only on damage.
Can you use hunch rolls on damage?
Technically, you don't roll damage.
Oh, that's true.
Wait, though, so... But either way, though, if I have a 99...
It is
my
very
aim
bad.
not still to... Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Isn't that my aim still to get lower than whatever the thing is?
It's like the second worst you can get, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
but you can choose to know what that's going to be.
are you going to add in the additional bit?
What bit?
When I was reading through the book originally for this campaign, I had read that hunch rolls, if not used in a timely fashion, can be force used by the DMs.
Yeah. I can force you to use it.
Grand. Okay.
Wait.
Cool.
I decide what's a timely fashion, so I'm not going to tell you when that is.
Well, yeah, but it's not a good roll.
I know.
It's... Well,
Take a moment to get rid of it.
I'm trying to think of how I can get rid of it. Can I look around again?
Nope.
And look at my shoes?
Nope.
Instead of around?
I want to look at this one finger.
Okay, can I attempt to run to the front of the library, trip, fall, and break my own neck real quick?
No.
Nope. It'll just bite us in the ass later.
You can. It's not good for you to run right now. You still have a broken rib.
Well,
Yeah.
then it makes more sense that I'd fall. At least I can get rid of this 99.
You're
What else
still
can I
coughing
use it
up blood.
on? Can I, if I choose not to bank it, can I?
So you can use your rolls on combat. You can use them for one of your abilities. You can even use it on a relationship roll or an identity roll.
So, I mean, if you want to try and convince me to do something and failing isn't that terrible of an idea.
Well, it's the closest thing to, it's an amplified failure, and it is the
Yeah.
highest amplified failure. It is next to the worst possible outcome.
Do I have to bank it?
Yes, it's your hunch roll.
Bullshit. All right.
Yeah, you gotta take even the bad ones.
I haven't had a good one, so.
But it gives you choice. That's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if it's on something that doesn't matter, I can just get rid of it.
Or something you want to fail.
Or something I want to fail.
Never know.
Alright, that's fine then.
Let's try and go to this place. I want to know
Let's-
why I lost
how-
time in there.
How about we do that?
While you're standing there, Ewan, you feel a twinge in your chest as it tightens and your breath shortens. You're like, ah. And then you feel a pop of pain in your rib cage. And it feels like it itches and burns and like there's fucking worms in your chest and something moving. And then a moment later, as you're rubbing your wound where you got punched almost by some force, the pain is gone.
Even the pain of the broken rib?
Yeah. You push on
What
it,
the fuck was that?
your rib isn't broken anymore.
What was that?
You can breathe normally.
Earth
Is your-
Gramps.
Are your powers temporary? What the hell? I don't know. Maybe you just need to get some rest so you're on your A game. Maybe we'll go to this club, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it later, because you're gonna need sleep, and we're probably gonna need to Mars. And time is different there. Different so much that even if that's where John is, the amount of time we've spent here looking for him, he's been there for a while. We'll go there later.
Seem really sure of yourself all of a sudden.
We'll go there later.
As much as I don't want to listen to a disembodied voice that keeps texting me and a bunch of other weird people, it did say that if we wanted to survive, we should stay together. And I don't know. Don't worry about me sleeping. I am fine. I took a no-dose. I'm good. I'll get like a cup of coffee on the way. It's fine.
Do I know how old she is? Can I assume based on how she looks?
Yeah.
Considering the
You can
that I have a
assume
cop.
anything.
Well, hold on, but the cop in me would know generally how to guess someone's age, at least roughly close. Within 5 years.
She's in her 20s.
I think you should take a nap. Don't have coffee. The no-dose is only going to keep you up so long, and it's not good for you anyway. If you want to stay together, then we'll stay here, and you can take a nap right here, and I'll just keep reading. but we're not going right now.
I'm not a toddler. I don't need a nap. And I'm not exactly in a
Clearly,
sleeping mood.
you are a toddler who needs a nap. So if you're not in the sleeping mood, take a
I'm
load
not
off.
a toddler.
Debatable.
God.
Take a load off. We'll go when we go. We're gonna wait on tomorrow.
Don't tell me what to fucking do.
Okay, well go have fun then. I'll see you later. Boy, that goes against that thing that you were told about us staying together. You know what? It's up to you. I'm gonna have a seat. I just take a seat and start reading again through the books that I got from when we first found John.
Fuck you. I'm
If-
just gonna go walk
if-
in some different direction.
Your phones vibrate.
Ugh.
Your phone was off.
It's on
Oh,
now.
now it turns on.
Oh, good.
Now it turns on and vibrates.
Oh,
What
what's it
now?
say?
It's a black screen with a glitched out green text.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It said, Jonathan had an appointment with the doctor. He might need your
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, he probably does. Doesn't change the other facts.
Are we still where Jonathan was hanging?
Yeah.
Are the books still there that were bled on under him?
No, we picked those up.
Not all of them, but the ones
Not
that were
all.
interesting, you kept for yourselves, and then the other ones were placed back on the shelves and cleaned of the blood.
Yeah, we already know he had an appointment with the doctor. Tell us something we don't know. Is he visiting again?
When you
Come
say
on.
that, you say he's not there by choice.
Well, yeah, probably not. So, okay, mystical phone god, if we break up the party to go try to, find John, isn't that worse? Aren't we breaking your previous orders if we decide to do that?
Are you texting or talking?
Talking at my phone.
Phone says,
Peach.
I told you that if you want to survive, you should stay together.
I'm gonna try and
Yeah.
text back, can I?
Can you
Doesn't
what?
seem like you have to text.
Can I text back?
Yeah.
I'm gonna text back, who is this?
Roll connect.
Okay. $40 versus 30.
No response.
Why are you trying to help us? I'm gonna text that.
Roll connect again.
Do you want my 99?
73 versus 30.
No response.
Are you trying to help us? More question marks.
No response.
Fuck you, and I put my phone in my pocket.
Vibrates back. Fuck you too.
I am really sick of this bullshit.
I'm gonna walk back out to the entrance of the library where the couches and things are, sit down and start reading one of the books.
Covered in blood.
Yep.
I'm gonna go.
It's about that time you
into-
realize You're gonna get some questionable looks from anybody who sees this. Your clothes aren't exactly cleaned. They are covered in a bit of blood. You're reading a bloody book. You've got
I'm gonna go.
half your jeans are burned and slash marks.
I'm gonna. Are we still together right now in the same area?
Yeah.
I haven't gone anywhere yet.
So, I think I'm gonna go home and change. Maybe take a shower. You know, I don't want to draw any eyes.
Yeah, that sounds wise, like splitting up.
Hmm. I have a couch you can sleep on.
I have a home. Thanks.
Sounds wise, like splitting up.
I'm gonna go into the kitchen area where I saw Damaris making coffee earlier
Okay.
in the evening, like 8 hours ago now. And I'm just gonna try and start looking for ingredients to make coffee. Just kind
Okay.
of looking around as if I should be in this place, looking around like I have the authority to.
It's the normal break room.
Yeah. Just any old break room in any old office space. They're all the same, really.
Yeah. Ewan?
Is the library open yet?
It's open 24 hours.
Oh, excellent. I follow her back to the break room and say again, hey, I'm gonna go take a shower and change my clothes before somebody comes in here and I don't know, sees me like this.
Yeah, I fucking heard you. Why are you telling me a second time?
Oh, I just wanted to remind you about splitting up, so I guess I'll see you. And then I'm gonna turn around and leave.
Mm-hmm. See you or I won't. Bye.
Okay.
Go get in my car and go to my apartment.
Ewan, you approach the parking lot where your car is. And you don't need to roll for this to know. You see your car is perfectly back to showroom quality. It's even got a waxed mirrored finish, completely restored, brand new, except for a very large, almost fist size, deep dent in the driver's side door.
This isn't how I left you. I look at my body. Not how I left you either. And then I put my hand in the dent, and to be honest, like deep sadness.
It's
Can I open the door still?
it's almost like a palm.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. Is the door still open?
Yes.
I'm gonna get in it and go to my apartment.
All right. Ewan makes his way
Of what
back
is
home.
going on here, and it's very interesting.
Ewan makes his way back home. Eve.
Yep.
I need you to make a meter roll. This is a stress check of a very significant amount. and you're going to
Okay.
do this in advance. I am attacking
Okay.
your helplessness meter. You should be able to see what you need to defend with.
Yes. Says status. $52 versus $60.
You can mark a hardened.
Okay.
In that meter. In your helplessness meter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What happens next shakes you to your very core. As your phone is not, it's not the normal operating system that you have, but it's almost kind of like that glitch text. However, you receive what looks like the way it's set up. It's almost like a combination between like a phone call or an audio message. You're not quite sure, but it's coming from your significant other. What is
I'm
her
gonna
name?
answer.
What is her name?
No.
Nell.
Yeah.
When you hit
I'm
answer,
gonna answer.
this is what plays.
No. Answer me. What the hell is this? Let her go. Melvin, can you hear me? Stop it! No. Stop it! Find you. Leave her alone. No. No, honey. Can I see any trace from the call?
It comes from her phone.
I gotta go. I run for the front door, stop whatever I'm doing, and leave. I don't tell anybody.
And that is where we will end tonight's episode. Bring your cameras back. Hopefully, when we return, we will get some answers as to what exactly is happening within the city and to its people. Thanks for watching.